Hey, Aja here from Aja Talks. Welcome to the channel and thank you for being here. I wake up this morning with me talking to myself about Star Wars and the Jedi and the Sith and an analogy. And this is the third sign that I need to get on the microphone and start telling that message because this is something really important. Before I start with that, though, I just want to say a special thank you because I also wake up this morning. I'm just watching my phone here with several messages, and you have no idea how that felt to wake up this way. And I wake up with a message. The first message I saw was from God blessed Lesset. I hope I'm telling your name correctly. I'm just gonna put something up there. And she posted several messages on several of my videos. And it was, I don't know if you're a woman or a man, but just thank you. You have no idea. I responded to your comment, but wow. This felt really good. Thank you very much. Because I posted this video not expecting anything. I was just telling my struggle and just wanted from that place of struggle to offer any type of comfort I can to anyone going through the same thing. And to have that reflected back to me was amazing. So thank you so much. And the other one was Purple Kitty. She just left me a message saying, I'm not a YouTuber myself, but I just wish you the best on your YouTube journey. And that was also really, really sweet. Thank you to both of you for leaving those messages. You have no idea how good I felt. I think my vibration was really high this morning thanks to you. I was always doing my own work because I always, fell asleep with guided meditation and affirmation, stuff like that. I would just leave one channel link below if you want to try that out because it just helped me so much to sleep with those affirmation. I think it's the name High Frequency Guru, I think. But I'm just gonna leave it below because she's just amazing. The affirmation she makes a lot of stupid so I'm just gonna put it right there. So today's intuitive message. Now again, if you're new on this channel, I do not have any script. I do not have anything prepared in advance. I have the start of the message, but I just don't know where I'm going from there. So this is what's gonna happen. What happens, okay? I ramble a lot. I'm just gonna go in different direction. Just take what you need and leave the rest, okay? Why Star Wars? Well, first of all, I write in fan fictions for Star Wars. I've been reading them for years, and this is something that there was a specific character that makes me really love Star Wars, and that character is Anakin Skywalker. First of all, if you're a Star Wars fan and you already watch all the movies, great, no problem here. If you plan to watch Star Wars and you never watched it before, yeah, beware of spoilers, okay? Because I'm going to explain some core concepts, just to give you my message. Now, what makes Star Wars very interesting to me was the character of Anakin Skywalker, because I was feeling deep compassion for this character. Because if you put together every single happy, really deeply joyful moment of his life, it's probably amount to 2 weeks. I'm not even kidding, really. It's just his life is a compilation of misery, and I feel it was too much, and I was feeling really deep compassion for this guy. And the other thing I like about Star Wars is it's a real analogy about our real world and how our belief system works, especially with religions. Now in Star Wars, there's two camps, if I can call it like that. There's one camp called the Jedi and the other called the Sith. Now, the Jedi, both of them believe in one entity, which is called the Force, which is the equivalent of our God. You know, so for some of them, it's just an energy, and for them, some from others, is it's like a sentient being who's just going to guide them and give them their powers. They have like godlike powers. They can use telekinesis. They just use their lightsabers, who just are like it's like wielding a saber, and the end is not steel. It's just laser. I don't know what it is. And they're doing very reckless movement with it, and you can just cut one of your legs very easily. You won't even you feel it at the end, but it's that easy. So the same way you won't play with a knife or a steel saber, you probably won't play if you don't have the training. You won't play with a lightsaber the way it's shown in the movies. And the Jedi believe in the light side of the Force. They believe in everything that is light, compassion, um, joy, peace, and all those light emotions. But the Jedi feel like they need to be disconnect from their emotions in order to serve the whole galaxy. So personally, they cannot have a family. They cannot fall in love. They don't have to be attached to one person, because at one point, if they need to defend the galaxy, they need to be able to sacrifice themselves without looking back and say, oh, what about my family? What about my children? And stuff like that. Okay? So that's the Jedi. And they're sentient beings, because in the Star Wars universe, there's different species, different races, and stuff like that. So there's different species. Some derives from, fish, look like fish, or humanoid type of fish, or some derives from, snakes or whatever, and some derives from humans. And different shapes, different colors. This is something that I really appreciate about Star Wars as well. It's really, really inclusive when it comes to a different type of people sentient beings that you can see. And so the Jedi are on the light side of the Force. And the Jedi had a prophecy. The prophecy of the Chosen One. That prophecy was that a Chosen One would be brought into the galaxy in order to bring balance to the Force. And the Jedi interpret that by saying the Chosen One is going to be a Jedi. So he's going to champion for the Jedi. He's going to, play for the light team, okay? And on the other side of the spectrum, you have the Sith. The Sith believe in the Force as well, but they believe in dominating the Force, using the Force for their advantage. And they believe in embracing all your emotions. The same way the Jedi say, oh, we need to disconnect from the emotions. The Sith say, no. This is where power is. Power is in hate. Power is in jealousy. Power is in envy. You have to, embrace that, bring it up, in order to get more power. And the Sith are recognized because when they get into that state of hate, that you have that yellow eyes or red eyes coming up, and they get really sickly. And the dark side empower them, but the dark side is always really demanding on the body. It's going to, sustain them, but when it leaves them, empty, just very desiccated or old or whatever. Okay, so the dark side brings a lot of power, and there's been wars between the two. And the prophecy of the Jedi, the Sith also interpreted differently. They just interpreted like, we need to bring the Chosen One to our side, because he's here to champion for our side as well, which is, embracing your most vices. Now, the reason why this morning this analogy kept, roaming into my head is because it's the perfect analogy for what we're living right now. The Jedi interpreted the prophecy of balance a certain way, and the Sith also interpreted the prophecy a certain way because they both have an extreme perspective of life. And this is what I see in most religious or even spiritual approach. People are just taking a stand somewhere in the extreme. And when you look at a scale, where you are the most stable is when there's balance. When you are at the extreme, there's no balance there. This is instability, And we are most in this world at the extreme. We're choosing the extreme and we interpret that, oh my God is the the best one. If you don't believe in my God, you go into hell. If you don't believe in my God, in my way, you don't know what you're talking about. My book said so, and I'm not talking about a specific religion here. I'm talking about all of them. And if you are in a religion, please don't feel triggered, because I'm not saying you should leave your religion. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying religion, first of all, should be something personal. It's not something to impose on others. It's not something to try to get over to like or appreciate, whatever. It's something that is personal. It's private. Okay? If you're happy with your religion and it brings you peace, please do what you need to do. Don't worry about me. I'm just rambling here. I have a message to give out. If it inspires you, it inspires you. If it triggers you and brings you stress and anxiety, this is not the goal here. Okay? I just want to say that the moment we embrace who we are, that means balance. The moment we understand that perfection is in the imperfect moments, the moment we understand that within ourselves, like within God, there's good and evil, because we are God, right? We are a reflection, a part of God, whatever you want to put, however you want to put it. We are God incarnated. But if you ask anyone who is religious, what is God? What is source? What is the universe? What is, Mother Nature? What is Gaia? What is any of those names that is given to that, source energy? They're going to say, well, God created everything. God is at the origin of everything. Without God, there's nothing. Well, if you say that means within God, there's good and there's evil. There's both. There's cold and there's warm. There's hot, cold and hot. Yeah, that's better. Cold and hot. Okay? There's love and there's hate. There's everything within God. And if we are a reflection of God, we are also, within us, we also have good and evil, cold and hot, love and hate. We have all of this. And it's not being imperfect to embrace who you are with all your perceived flaws and all your good sides or whatever. That's not being imperfect. That's being perfect. That's being whole. You have the capacity to have all of this. That's how you can create, And the analogy with Star Wars is very interesting, because it shows you that because you have both within you, you can choose to go to the extreme. You can choose to go to the other side and be a mass murderer or someone who just do evil stuff on this planet. God is still gonna love you. A mother doesn't stop loving her child because that child becomes a mass murderer. Proud of him, that's for sure. but you still love because you remember that child was in your womb and that child was a baby that you held in your arm before he becomes all of this, you know. So a mother is still gonna love his child. Why do you think God would forsake anyone because they're doing evil? This is not what God does. The God I believe in is love. I love energy, but it can also encompass all of those things. God chose something that is at the center, and it's just we are trying to get there, get to that center as well. Okay, we're trying to get to that center, saying I can be both light, I can be both, you know, dark, I can be hot, I can be cold, I can be hateful, and I can be in love. You know, there's a lot of position I can take, or I can be at the center and saying I can embrace both, you know, who I am. I can know that all of this is within me, and I can choose a very center approach. Because in the movies in Star Wars, when the Jedi say, "Oh, the chosen one is going to come," he's going to be a Jedi first of all, because that's obvious, and he's going to work for, you know, the light side. That's also obvious. And they say they're like, we're going to bring the chosen one here. They don't really understand the prophecy, you know. Hey, they were tricked in there, and I'm like, oh, okay, guys, where is the balance in both of this? You're both extremes. Where is the balance? Because it was going to bring balance means you reconcile the light and the dark. You bring them both together and you reconcile them. That's balance. And eventually that's what Anakin did. Now in the movies, I believe they just took a really, really dark turn for him to do it. I believe him knowing about the dark side, falling to the dark side, was somehow necessary for him for the story, not for him, for the story. Because I believe since he was born in, Anakin Skywalker was born in slavery, he already knew about the dark side of the galaxy. You know, he didn't need to fall to the dark side. He was already aware of it. And he knew about the light side because, you know, growing up with the Jedi, but also because of the connection it made with Obi-Wan Kenobi, with Ahsoka, with a lot of other characters where he felt love, deep love. Anakin was really about love and loyalty, and he was really, that was the core of his character. And if you are someone like that who is truly into being loved and loving other people and being loyal to people he loves and that loved him back, you just have someone that, if plagued with fears, is susceptible to be manipulated. And that's exactly what happened to him. Now, he made his own decision as well. But if you look at his life, it's a very heartbreaking life for someone so gifted, for someone who had such a big heart. Because that's the most heartbreaking thing. It wasn't someone evil at the beginning. It was someone who gave things, trying to help as much as he can, even if he had nothing from a child. That was who Anakin was. And to be twisted into something else by the dark side, it was also trying to be twisted into something else by the Jedi as well, into some emotional robot who doesn't feel anything or like that. And this was not Anakin. Anakin was already, in my opinion, closer to balance before he fell to the dark side, and before the Jedi trying to, you know, mess with him that much. You know, I don't know where to pinpoint that as much, but I believe his mother was already doing a good thing of getting him really balanced. And all that was fucked up by by both sides. That's my opinion. And you need to understand. That's why I'm just giving that analogy here. Um, and I believe this is why I needed to come to the microphone. You need to understand that the extremes are never the way to go. When I see a lot of people protesting, I'm not saying not to protest about some things, okay? Because it's not about being a doormat, okay? That's not what I'm saying. When you see injustice in the world, you should do, if you can, something about it. But there's a way to do things about it. Violence is going to bring you more violence. Hate is going to bring you more hate. Everything that you do and that you focus on, that you care about so much that grabbing onto it, you're going to attract the same. And we see it all over the planet right now, especially in the US. You have that hashtag, and when I found out about it, I was I was laughing because it was funny, but at the same time it was sad because I know some people are just living their livelihoods on a topic that should have been put to rest a long time ago. But that's another story for another day. But you need to understand that what you put out, you're going to, especially in that time of shift for humanity and Earth, things are moving so fast that what you put out, you're going to get back faster than you used to. And this is something to keep in mind. So balance is finally getting peace by saying, I'm not at that perfect body I want. I'm having a eczema crisis for a few days now, and I'm trying to work through it with, floral water that I buy, and some, natural oils that I use for my skin and for my hair. And it's itchy, it's uncomfortable and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay. Yesterday when I was doing the videos about the zoo reviews, I was just like, do I really want to go on camera like this? And I'm looking at other videos of people women just, being on point with makeup. I don't usually wear makeup, so that wasn't the point. But I was just like, oh my God, I'm just gonna be on camera. I did some twists on my hair because I just wanted my hair to, I'm growing my hair out, so I'm just trying to put my hair in a style that is going to get less tangled and when it's out completely. So I did some twists, but it's getting messy a few days after that because I can't keep to make some, care on it, whatever. And I was just like, am I going to go in front of a camera like this? And something deep inside told me, hey, you're who you are. People just care about you only when you put makeup or when you are just, having that amazing haircut, or those are not people you want to be around. So share who you are. Stop hiding. Stop hiding. Stop fighting excuses because you who you are, and regardless of the way you see yourself, God see yourself as the most amazing things ever. And the most amazing being, the most amazing energy, it just put you out in this world perfect. There's nothing to change. You can try to tweak things around because you want to feel a certain way, but you're already good. So stop. My hair self is sometimes so sassy and so bossy. I can be that like that sometimes, so I understand where she comes from. But she was just like, yeah, stop playing with me. Just get on the microphone and say what you want to say. So that was really really funny. So I just want to let you know that was the analogy I wanted to use today, the Star Wars analogy, because there's the story about Anakin Skywalker and the story about the Jedi and the Sith. Spoiler alert, they destroyed each other time and time again. They were at wars with each other for million years, and it ended up always the same way. Whether the Sith were wiped out, whether the Jedi was wiped out, with a small cell kept alive to keep growing and then come back another time and fight again and whatever. So it's endless. The same way in our world, it's endless. At one point in history, it was Christianity that was doing bad stuff. Now, just imagine him as pointed, and at one point, it was just Buddhism that was doing, or Hinduism, or whatever, all or Judaism, or whatever, all religions, structures, to me, are personified in Star Wars like Jedi and Sith, extremes. And when you are at extremes, you're going to repeat history. You're going to repeat history. And to bring it back down to individual, to us, you need to embrace who you are, the way you are, without apology. There's nothing else to do. And when you do that, I truly believe, because that's what I'm feeling right now, it's just like you're going to attract things that it's beyond your wildest dreams. It's amazing, because this morning I was just feeling so good. There's a lot of tough things going on in my life right now. Okay, I don't talk about it because I don't want to focus on it. But don't think it was because I'm smiling and stuff like that. There's nothing going on. There's some things going on. But this morning I wake up so light, so good. I wake up with the comments, with my guided meditation that was in the background, and I was just like, man, this is good. I was in my bed, warm, and the sun was, shining and stuff. And I was just like, okay, I'm good. I have food in the fridge. I just have a place. I'm in my bed, I'm warm, and yeah, it's not perfect. I would like to lose a lot of weight. I would just like to to have my hair grow out. I would just like to not have that, white hair right there. I have this since in my 30s, so I get used to it right now. But I just do some henna. I'm due for a henna sometimes. Yeah, I need to. I'm good. There's a lot of things I would like. But God, in this moment, this morning, I was just like, you know what? I'm good. Perfect, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm really good. I have it good. Yeah. So find balance for yourself. This is really, really important. If there's anything you took from my video, this is it. Find the balance. Be, sweet with yourself, tolerant with yourself. You didn't make it? No, it's okay. And there's one more thing I need to say before I go. There's one thing that was said in the in Star Wars, that when you go down the dark side, you never go back. That means once you become a dark sider, it's over. When you feel the dark side, when you touch the dark side, it's over. You never come back. And Anakin Skywalker proved them wrong, because at the end of his life, he sacrificed himself for his son, and he just came back to life, to the light side, not to life. He just died, but. Sorry, I just don't know why I'm laughing about someone dying, but to me, death is not. It's not something to fear, because you just die when you decided up front to die. That's another story for another day. But he just went back to the light side, and something that was believed impossible by the Jedi. And what I want to say here is that you choose, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's the next thing I wanted to say, was asked, he was asked by Luke. I think Luke was the Anakin Skywalker's son. Yeah, well, you said that the Jedi believe that when we go to the dark side, we just cannot go back. But by that proved that wrong. You know, it came back to the light. And everyone can be said, yeah, that's what we believe. But um, obviously that was wrong. But you need to understand that the dark side is something that you embrace one time and it's forever. It's something that you choose every day, every moment. You choose to be of the dark side by killing innocent people, by doing evil stuff, by doing all of this. You just choose every single moment. At any point, you can go back to the light. At any point. That means what? There's no line, there's no wall, there's no difference between good and evil. It's just a flow. You can flow the other way. You can flow back the other way, you know? It's just a flow, you know? And anyone here, even the worst murderer out there, can choose one day to go back and say, I'm not a murderer anymore. Now, again, it's not going to erase everything they've done. No. But they can do that. They can move away from that. And the same way someone who was really, really good, really, you know, very light and everything like that, can also go back to the dark side, and which is evil for us, you know. It's just a flow. You need to understand that, okay? So at any point you can choose to change your life, improve your life, get into manifestation, meditation, or whatever. I'm just gonna put the link of, I think it's High Frequency Guru. If you watch for her, she does subliminals on YouTube. I use most of the subliminals, and I really, really enjoy them because they help me be very quiet and calm and stuff like that. Sorry, there's I think the police. There's the sound. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's coming out the window. So yeah, I'm gonna put a link down, but find balance, be tolerant with yourself, step by step. It doesn't matter if the moment is not perfect. You were born perfect. That's all there is. You were already born perfect. There's nothing to improve with you right now. You need to accept who you are, with all the quirks, all the good side, bad side, evil, perceived, whatever. Accept and find balance. Find balance within you. Balance is never the extreme. It's not being overly good side, like, ooh, I live in the trees and I'm vegan and I'm just pointing fingers at people eating meat or whatever, and I'm you know, higher than anything. That's not balance. Being also, ooh, I don't care about the environment, about the climate, I don't care, I eat meat, you know, animals are here to sustain us, I can do whatever I want to anyone, those people don't look like me, so they're just subhumans or whatever. Yeah? That's not balance. Okay? You need to find the middle ground. And in that middle ground, you're going to be okay. And accepting yourself as well as not being perfect, that's also okay. Okay, I think I've said everything I was supposed to say. I don't have anything else, I don't think. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I was really happy to do it. Woo, that was wow. Aside from my first video yesterday, that was the first time I was in front of the camera, doing it in front of the camera. It wasn't that bad as I thought it would be. You know, it was good. It was cool. I don't know what you think about the message. Let me know in the comment section. If you have any questions or anything like that, just let me know. And I would link the High Frequency Guru. I think that's her name, for the meditation and affirmation. I don't know her, she doesn't know me, so I'm just sharing with you because this is something I use. Okay. checking to make sure I don't have anything to say. Nope. Empty. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.